Last week, we saw the first contestant being eliminated from the Insurance Apprentice 2020. This week promises to be grueling and challenging for the 8 remaining contestants with a new task sponsored by the Innovation Group.
Previously on The Insurance Apprentice.
I am extremely nervous for Simon.
When it comes to firing people, I don't really take any prisoners.
This time we know that definitely someone's going home.
It looked like you enjoyed yourselves. Well, that all ends today.
The more people you have in a team, the more difficult it is.
She came very aggressive.
We're at the final stage where you are fighting to be number one.
I thought it was a yawn from the beginning to the end.
You had every opportunity to get this right.
So you missed the mark completely.
I'm happy to see any one of you go.
The first person to be leaving the Insurance Apprentice 2020 is Kanchal. You're dismissed.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Following last week's elimination and the grilling session they had with judges, I mean, they were not impressed with anyone.
We all have emotions, and being told that put me in a bit of a negative space.
The shock and horror, like we're standing there, we expected 2 people to go home.
They said that I just fell back into the background.
I think being present is very, very important.
Be forward, be out there, be bold with my ideas.
Participating, being present, doing what you have to, don't fade around in the background like they said last week.
I need to come out of the shell and be more open, be more vibey. I'm just here to prove myself and show them that there's a much better opportunity for me to be present in this competition.
I think what I need to show this week is a lot of collaboration.
This week I really want to be a part of the winning team. It is time.
I think it was also just emotionally draining. I think to have the first elimination was quite tough on everyone.
I think we need to change Simon from Judge Dredd to Darth Vader.
Yo,
that's harsh.
Standing in front of the judges and getting that feedback last week was gutting.
One of the comments were actually that you guys regurgitated.
Yes,
so that was one of the
For me, I thought we did a lot better than what the feedback said.
Last week, the judges were giving us a lot of constructive criticism.
I do think that all of them were harsh.
Actually, there wasn't one positive comment.
I don't think there was. So last week, I was in the bottom 2 in my team. I did not think that I did anything wrong. To me, I enjoyed the debate. 100% correct. I enjoyed the debate.
They are going to be harder. They want to see whatever constructive criticism they gave us, are we going to apply it today? What last week revealed is that I think JP and Nabila are strong competitors. They're strong contestants.
I don't think it's going to be easy, guys.
No, it was definitely.
I think they're going to knock us hard today.
Guys, they said every single day the challenges get harder. In a nutshell, last week was... yeah.
There is room to improve. I just thought we executed the content well, and it didn't come across that way.
They were like, I bet you didn't expect to be here. And the comments were like, some of you thought you did a mic drop. And I think they were referring to me. I think they want us to be innovative. I think that probably the whole aim of the Insurance Apprentice is to get young people to give fresh ideas. For me, last week's challenge taught me a lesson. The lesson was that the team doesn't come first, it seems. I come first.
I don't really tolerate any unpreparedness, nobody knowing what they're talking about, waffling on during the presentations. Now we're looking for leaders, but I don't want somebody who's arrogant about it. We've got a very short time to find somebody who actually knows what they're doing and who can represent our industry. And if you're not that person, you've got to go.
The Insurance Apprentice is a fantastic competition that showcases young talent in the insurance sector. The Insurance Apprentice needs to be able to show us that they have the skills to really become an ambassador in the insurance sector.
I earned the name Judge Dredd on the show because I can be fairly brutal when it comes to getting rid of the competitors who aren't pulling their weight. We really want to get the best of the best.
I'm not here to be their friend. I am very straightforward, and so we will be, I think, calling them out on that. This is not kindergarten. We are looking for them to bring their A game.
There's no time for pussyfooting around. We've got a job to do. We have to get it done. And, well, there are no labour laws here. So when you're fired, you're fired. Welcome all to task 3 of the Insurance Apprentice 2020.
We need to up our game. I think they expect more innovative ideas from us.
I think the beauty of the judges' briefing is that you don't know what to expect.
I'm just going to jump straight into it. We're very fortunate. This task is yet again sponsored by the Innovation Group, and we're joined again by Catherine Naidu.
I'm Catherine Naidu, Product Executive at Innovation Group. Innovation Group, we are a global company and we provide incident management services for the home and for the vehicle. We are currently servicing 4 different generations of consumers, and it can be quite challenging to try and find a balance to inspire each of the generation to purchase our products and services that we have to offer. If you look at the insurance industry, we face many disruptors. We're facing one of our biggest challenges, and that's not of legislation or of a regulation, but of generational. Today's task is specifically focusing on the generation that's coming of age, and that's the Generation Z. So this generation is a generation that's born into technology. This task is extremely important to the industry because it's a new generation that's entering into the market. So trying to find a value proposition for this generation is critically important. But they have deep-rooted commitments to minimizing the impact on the environment. But I think what is critical is how do we create a want for the products that we offer in our industry. So we want the Generation Z to see the value in the products and services we offer and not to look at it as a grudge purchase.
So we've realized that the judges has a very high bar set for us.
I really would like to ask, to plea with you really, to be innovative, to be creative with this particular task.
So you'll be split into 2 teams yet again today. So act like this is your last day, because it might very well be. So the groups are in Group 1, Nabila, Amogelang, Yassine and Vicky.
This week, I want to be a part of the winning team. I haven't been in the bottom, and it's going to stay that way.
And in Group 2, Memory, JP, Spamandla and Sebastian. You must choose a leader within your group. You can get creative, not just in the content, but you can use out-of-the-box thinking in your presentation. But please bear in mind that we are the judges, we are the board that you're presenting to. So just keep that in mind when you choose your format. Choose it carefully. It could kill your presentation if you make the wrong choice.
Every day, every week that you're in this competition, it's gonna add and add and add.
See you later. Thank you.
We were put into a group of 4 people consisting of myself, Memory, Sipamandla and Sebastian.
So,
Boss lady.
critically, Sebastian is a little bit different, isn't he?
It's a piano, basically.
Our team name is Team Z. I'm thinking we go with an online game, okay? A lucrative online community game. I think overall we've got a good concept. I think we've got a brilliant idea.
There's a concept called a freemium, right? Yeah. Where you give basic functionalities for free. It is going quite well with my group. We've come up with quite a good idea on how we're going to approach the challenge.
Who wants to be the leader? Nabila, I feel like you came up with the idea.
But that doesn't mean that I have to take the lead.
I'll go, doesn't matter.
Yes, see.
We need to be way more innovative and out of the box than what we have been.
Look, it's crunch time at the moment, so I think everybody's trying to make sure that they're out there.
There's a lot of Generation Z that do the car games. And
we have to
but introduce it in a way that is already on a gaming platform.
Nabila and Vicky were in the same group at the last task, so maybe there's tension spillover from there.
There's one that already has I don't know how many billions.
So then how are we going to promote sales?
Within that, you have to, I was going to say partner with them.
But I think Yassine and I are trying to handle it a bit better, and hence sparking interest.
You know what we could do, guys?
I see. Okay.
You know what we could
That's
do?
awesome.
That is really good.
And guys, you know what we could also do in our skit? We could make someone an Uber driver.
Spamanda and Sebastian's are closer to the Generation Z, whereas JP and I are a bit of the millennials.
It's Snapchat, it's Instagram, it's TikTok currently, and it's
Please can you explain
Twitter.
What those things are?
What we've decided to do is just throw the box out of the window completely and just come up with something new.
It's something different, it's something innovative, something with a phone.
I know it's taking it out of context, but the new video, Maporis.
People see me probably as a team player, as a team member. Maybe they also don't see me as a threat, which could be a good thing for me.
Talking a lot when you're not giving other people a chance to speak can be a problem because you are the center of attention. Actually, it says forget about Facebook and focus on Snapchat.
I mean, how reliable is the site that you're using?
We're just going to put our all into it. We're going to work together as a team. We're going to put ourselves out there. We're taking a big risk with this task.
Let's not clutter it with too many ideas. Let's just stick to a few things and refine it, and then we do ours because we only have 2.5 hours.
We have gotten to know each other, so there's nobody that I'm not gelling with. In fact, I think everybody brings something to the table, and it's nice to see that.
So what
I
questions
think
do you want to ask?
since we are running out of time, the most suitable company for Generation Z is definitely B.
We are going outside the box with this one, and we are taking a different approach. We are collaborating really well, and the ideas that came through today were brilliant.
We're trying our best, and we hope that we're not going to be the losing team.
I think the judges want to see memory, and this week it's time to see memory.
I seriously want to win this task. I've unofficially started calling Simon Darth Vader, and Nadia is probably Judge Judy. It really is that bad.
Who's the leader of this group?
I am.
Memory, what's the name of your group?
The name of our group is Going Beyond.
Okay, take it away.
Our purpose is to go beyond just being a business and investing in the township economies. Of course, they're also going to be coming with us on the journey. By going beyond just buying cars, they're going to level up and take care of their cars after they've purchased them through buying the products we sell, the warranty, the scratch and dents, and the tire and rim. Critically, we want to engage them in the places where they interact. Your spaza shops, your chisanyamas, your car wash.
We have identified a gap in the market. We have identified that this attracts Generation Z in the following areas. We are remaining relevant, learning from our mistakes, and attracting a different model. Understanding the status of our emissions scandals. We need to know where we were, where we are, and where we're going as a business.
We plan to give an incentive to our Generation Z by looking after their cars. If they're not getting any scratch or dents, then we'll give them free car washes. We've partnered with a well-known musician called Maporisa, and we've initiated a Maporisa challenge where Generation Z will shoot a video, and this is called Maporisa Challenge. As the dent or scratch is being fixed, they shoot this video and then they upload it on their social media platforms with the hashtag going above and beyond. Then they will get a link directly to our products, directly to our offering. And we envision that by them doing this, they'll be sharing this content online, becoming brand ambassadors for us and essentially for themselves.
As we saw in the video, our beautiful lady Rianette was stuck. They were able to come immediately assist her, and with that she was able to then move ahead and distribute that video going viral. So that's a very convenient, low-cost way of getting this thing out as far as our sales and strategy is concerned.
What we wanted to do was feed you. Like, we will give you what you want. We will make sure that we throw it out to you. Whatever you grab and take, we're good at that.
There's a lot of things going on in your head. And until you're actually standing there and delivering, the nerves.
We selected Memory unanimously as our leader, but she kind of spoke the most, taking up most of the minutes.
At the end of the day, we're a team, and if you see that your teammate has missed something, you want to add on just to elaborate so that overall the team looks good.
Yes, well done. I think it was a well-constructed presentation. My question is, at a car wash, the service provider highlights that there's a dent or a scratch. Is that not considered pre-existing?
And I think that's where the loyalty comes in, because we've built a partnership with these car washers. So we're not going to fix it because it is a pre-existing condition, it's a scratch, but we're saying in future, if you buy this product, we'll make sure that every time you come here, your car leaves here in pristine condition because it will get fixed going forward.
A lot of these entrepreneurs are looking to start their business, grow their business. So many of them already indicated to us that they're looking to grow a relationship with us.
I quite like the idea of sort of leveraging off the township economy and supporting sort of the growth of small business. But I've got a concern that I don't necessarily think that that's where our market sits.
So it's not only those areas, we've also sort of modeled that in other areas. So for example, you'll find your Seattles are always linked to a BP with a car wash that's located next to it. So that's how we're targeting those other markets.
But your focus is on the township economy.
Correct. So we have a target audience that we want to target where we know that the impact will be greater. Obviously, we're not limiting it to just the townships. We are saying that we will partner with all other facilities that we have in place, as well as insurers to put them as a VAP.
We read an article, according to Sowetan, when they did a study, they found that a lot of you guys buying...
Sowetan, you say?
Sowetan newspaper.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of the guys...
Credible source?
Yes. Guys that are buying, as my colleague has said, buying a car in Sandton, where they've got a home in the township, which could be Soweto, they enjoy going to the tavern, and normally your tavern are built back in a Shisanyama, where the Shisanyama has the car wash itself. So we believe that's how we're going to tap into this market as well.
Okay, then the other thing that I just wasn't clear on, Company A obviously had this recall issue, but I wasn't 100% clear how you were going to overcome this kind of negativity.
I think Generation Z is forgiving because they've forgiven the previous generations to the harm that they've done to the environment. Going forward, those mistakes are not repeated, and we're going beyond. And you're coming with us, you're going beyond with us to create a better world.
All right, thank you. We're out of time. Thanks for your presentation.
I don't think the judges will find us appalling, but if they did, I'd be very surprised.
I think our team did okay, but I'm just nervous about what the judges are going to say.
How can you not be nervous? You're standing in front of people who are knowledgeable about the industry or knowledgeable about the product, and you're presenting them, you're pitching an idea to them. Going beyond.
Don't know what the judges are looking for. That's what I've actually concluded.
The concept that we have is completely innovative. It's completely out of the box.
The main thing now is getting it across to the judges.
Who's the leader of your group? Yassine, what's your group called?
Our group is called Team Z.
If the group in overall does well, then we won't necessarily have to be up for elimination.
Yassine, be careful. You're gonna bump into me there.
Ammo, stay in your lane, please. Stay in your lane.
I'm gonna need a scratch and dent at this rate.
Come on, man. Ammo, just give me 2 seconds. Let me try and get my car into the garage to fix the scratch and dents.
Welcome to Need for Speed Garage, sponsored by Innovation Group. Visit our link or go to one of our activation points at your nearest prominent mall.
Let me try and arrange an Uber for this. Ammo, have you even seen an Uber Blue?
Uber Blue?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Hi, driver.
Driver? I wanted to ask, what's this Uber Blue?
Innovation Group, Uber, and Company B have partnered to increase awareness regarding global warming. The vehicle that you are sitting in is an electrical propelled vehicle. If you look at the advertisement screens behind your seat, behind my seat, you will see the advertisements which provide more information from Innovation Group and as well as Company B.
We are trying to appeal to a generation that was born in a technological time. A generation that spends nearly half their day on an online platform. and a generation that sees themselves as philanthropists, people who do good.
From a digital point of view, we've partnered with Need for Speed, as you've heard, one of the largest online motor gamers in the world.
Should Need for Speed receive any negative press, by means of brand association, Innovation Group will also suffer brand reputational damage.
To get our target market to these activation points at these malls, whereby they get to learn how Need for Speed as well as Innovation Group are linked. By providing education via Need for Speed, we must be careful that we are not providing advice.
Thank you.
We are extremely relieved. We had a very good presentation.
The judges saw that we did research and we worked together as a team to bring this together.
Your gamification alluded to, I know it's Need for Speed. Is that what we encourage in the insurance industry in terms of poor driving behavior?
We chose Need for Speed to relate it to an insurance product. We could even try and create partnerships between maybe the top 3 gaming companies in the world.
So you've listed 5 risks, quite major risks, but you haven't given us any mitigations.
In terms of inducement, we've tailor-made the marketing strategy so that we're not seen as bribing the consumer who's playing Need for Speed and educating. We're just educating the consumers and creating the awareness of the brand.
What about the reputational risk?
So we haven't considered the reputation risk.
I'm not sure that an insurance type product, value-added product, that covers scratches and dents wants to attract someone that enjoys driving at 300 kilometers an hour, albeit in a video game.
Of course, the game is reckless and the steering is quite hard, but in real life, you do drive differently.
The gaming platform is you do get involved in accidents, and by having this concept of the innovation garage, we then educate the user on the benefits of having policies that can then help get your car into tip-top shape again.
So you've got to own a vehicle in order to buy an Innovation Group product, the products that you've listed. How would you still encourage as Gen Z to own their own vehicle as opposed to opting for not having a vehicle, utilizing an Uber, and not having a vehicle means no product being sold?
On the advertisements at the back of the Uber seats, we're going to have advertisements from company B, which are looking into more electric. So they will provide the client sitting at the back of the Uber with the information, that they require to purchase an electric vehicle.
Okay, I think time's up. Thanks for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. We felt very confident. Everyone high-fived each other. There was some good conversation happening, some feedback given.
We walked out of that boardroom happy but nervous.
Well, that wasn't as painful as the last task. Although I thought, that idea to do the play acting, I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was cringeworthy.
Everyone has done perfectly well. The presentation delivery was spotless.
So I think certain of the group members were over-eager.
As a team, collectively, we try and make our case and our presentation as strong as possible.
So the other team, I thought their delivery was spot on, although I know there's some questions about whether or not the market that they've chosen was the right one.
I felt like the judges were impressed.
We're extremely nervous. In fact, we didn't even do a run-through without glitches.
In terms of the people that impressed me, I would say I quite liked JP's presentation. And then I think for the other group, the one that stood out for me was Amakhalang.
Everybody values my contribution, and I saw it even with Nabila and Vicky.
But you have to ask yourself the question, like, why did he allow them to go down this road?
Yeah. I think for me, the person that stood out was Yassine. I mean, quite a personality, didn't expect him to be selected as a leader, but owned the position.
As confident as we are, no one knows up until the judges give their feedback.
The other team, I think they had good balance.
The risk that you're being overeager or you want to compensate is one that you have to take.
It would be interesting to see who put the structure in place, because whoever did that leveraged off all of their skills and strengths.
Here's the thing. So if we said this is the group that loses today, do you think that the person that suggested that idea is the person that should go home?
As opposed to the
because
worst.
for me, that's when it ended. You know, it was kind of like as soon as they started, it was like this is a terrible idea. You know, it's just no matter what the content is that follows this, you're not going to sell it.
For me, you deliberate, you come up with ideas, and you select an idea. So it may have been her idea, but did the team agree to it?
I had obviously put it out there that I wouldn't have minded, but I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable.
Can we not just fire one from both teams? Keep to our even numbers.
We can, but those guys were clear winners today.
You can't fire a winner.
I don't
I think if it was a fine line between the teams, then we could have considered that.
That's right.
I'm actually feeling nervous, but times 1,000.
I've now realized that the feedback sessions are definitely not easy.
I wouldn't like to go home today. I mean, it sucks.
Welcome back and congratulations on completing task 3. I'm going to hand straight over to Catherine so she can give you her comments.
Teams, well done. I don't think it was an easy task, thinking about what's not present. So definitely going to commend both teams for thinking out of the box. Both teams definitely had gaps in terms of a sales and marketing strategy. So I think we had a lot of questions post your presentation in terms of how do we actually convert your strategy into driving sales and market share. But one team maybe stood out slightly in terms of meeting the needs of delivering the strategy more than the other for me.
I really did enjoy that you guys were creative and you didn't stick to what we all already know. So it didn't seem to me like a regurgitative session. There was one team that really stood out for me in terms of the appropriateness of the pitch, and another team that I just thought, you know, you're in a boardroom with a board of directors, and I think that, you know, there was something lacking. A board of directors does not need the same sort of presentation that the Gen Z would appreciate. What we were looking for today was, were there any stragglers? And I can honestly say I don't think anybody sort of sat back and just detached, and that's good.
So a couple of general comments from me before we get into deciding who the losing team is today. But team going beyond, could you please step forward? Memory, you're the leader of this group.
Indeed I am.
How do you think your team did today?
I think given the anxiety, I think we generated a lot of ideas. I like that we thought outside the box. I like that everybody had something to contribute.
Would you be surprised if you were in the losing group today?
I think with these things, especially that we didn't see what the other team did, anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen.
I'd like to ask the team, anybody else from the team, maybe not Memory, whose idea was it, the way your presentation was structured? Who structured your thoughts? Any of the others?
I think it was a collaboration of thoughts. I think what we did, we took the pack, we dissected it, who takes what, and in line of the pack, we went who takes a certain portion of it, and that's how we managed to put it together.
Okay, well, it was a good idea. Team Z, please step forward. Yassine, you're the leader of this group today. How did you land up as the leader?
I volunteered to be the leader today. Coming out of a bottom 4 of last week, I felt I had something to prove, and that's the reason I volunteered to lead the team today.
Were you the first choice?
We sat in a quick discussion, no one raised hands, but I volunteered initially.
I heard that Vicky put Nabila forward, but you turned it down, Nabila. Why was that?
So after we went through the pack, I had an idea. Vicky had then said that she thinks because it was my idea that I should run with being the leader. And I had asked the team how they felt about it, and Yassine then said he feels he wants to be. So I'd given him the opportunity.
So the idea that you would do the sort of role playing leading into your presentation, whose idea was that?
In the beginning, we had decided to do a skit because we were given the option of doing it. And
who suggested it though?
Skit was your suggestion, Nabila's suggestion.
It was absolutely terrible. It was cringeworthy from the time you started driving around the room in your imaginary cars. Would you do that to your board of directors? Would you, if you were asked to come up with a new idea, would you have delivered the presentation that way? Amokhele?
I don't think I'd deliver it through actual carrying out the acting ourselves, but I would consider a video.
All right, so you didn't have a video that you could put together immediately, so you then decide, because you didn't have the resources, correct? So you then decided to do play acting, role playing. I'm sorry to tell you, you don't have the resources for that either. You're terrible actors. And I'm sure you're not employed as professionals in your organization to carry out acting. I think the kids that you presented to on in the first task would have probably booed you off the stage. So was there anyone in the group that thought that this was a bad idea? Anyone?
according to my knowledge of what I remember, everyone was happy with the idea.
Yassine, as the leader of the group, do you not think you should have seen this coming?
But what motivated me to go ahead with it was the out-of-the-box thinking and being creative and being innovative. Unfortunately, the play itself did not present itself as we thought it would be to a board of directors. But yeah, we should have reconsidered that from the beginning.
So, because the idea was suggested by someone and then the leader didn't say anything about it and the rest of you just kind of went along with it, I either have to let the entire team go, which would be a first in the Insurance Apprentice, or, which I'm actually going to do, I'm going to ask you, you need to tell me who's going home today. Yassine, who in your group needs to leave today?
That's going to be a difficult one. I honestly feel the team...
Don't give me any of that, oh, we all did it together. I need you to give me a name.